I got it, but is it good? Hey, what's up? I'm Rekeema. Welcome to Detailed Dream, where the primary focus is to expose you to the expansive world of luxury goods for yourself and your home. Let's get right into it. I'm going to try to make this a quick one, giving you my detailed thoughts on Beyonce's long-awaited new fragrance, Say Noir. Well, long awaited for some. I know some people couldn't justify spending $150, $160 on a blind buy, but I figured why not, especially with the scent notes, which we'll get into in a moment. I like to think I bought this for my girlfriend, but I can't lie, I bought it for myself. So, let's break this fragrance down. Let's start with the name, C'est Noir. I find it to be quite interesting in how well it fits in with her brand. In French, noir translates to this black or this blackness, and the word say, which stems from her name Beyoncé, obviously. Say Noir is a name that reminds you what this fragrance is and who she is at the same time. I'm not sure if this fragrance is going to be a permanent thing or just a limited run for a Renaissance tour. Hopefully, it's something that's going to be around for a while to commemorate this stage in her career. I'm going to be honest, I did not see the Renaissance tour in person. I did go see the film, so technically I did see it. And I have to say, I left that theater feeling very inspired. The visuals, the production, the lighting, the sheer work ethic of this woman, it's astounding. I've seen On the Run 1 and 2 in person, but this Renaissance tour topped both of those, and it wasn't even close. Very inspired with some elements I can bring back to the production of the Detailed Dream channel and some projects that I'll be working on next year. Okay, let's get into this fragrance. The packaging for Say Noir, I would say it's on par with the whole Renaissance theme, which represents escapism, self-assurance, self-love, and self-expression, while living life to the fullest. It's not just this random reflective silver color. It has meaning. Say Noir is described to reflect the person you want to see, reflect the person you want to be, because you're one of one. That reflective silver is seen on the sleeve of the packaging, which is the preview of what's expected with the bottle. It's nothing much on the sleeve in terms of wording and graphics, it's just the necessary information, such as the name and the ingredients listed on the back. Oh, and you also get a glimpse of yourself. Sliding off the sleeve, you're introduced to the box which contains the fragrance and a bit more silver in the shape of a circle. Let me know if this silver circle is supposed to represent something specific. I couldn't really find anything on it. Maybe it's supposed to be a reflection of yourself, not entirely sure, but it just seems a little random. Taking off the box lid, you're introduced to the fragrance itself. And underneath, there's this little information card about the fragrance, and that also has this silver circle on it. Now, the bottle is a 1.7 ounce Eau de Parfum fragrance. I'm not sure if this was just for the pre-orders, but it also came with this travel size fragrance with the outline of the bottle on the front. It's actually thin enough to slip into a pocket before heading out in case you need to reapply throughout the day. I have to say, I really like the look and shape of the bottle. Beyoncé describes it as being encased in art. From the pictures, I wasn't too sure if I was going to like the design, but seeing it in person changed my mind. It's giving strong Art Deco design cues that I'm naturally drawn to. I personally think the design fits in perfectly with the Renaissance theme. The bottle actually sits inside this outer plastic shell holder. It makes the fragrance look much more substantial. It's sort of like a statement piece. It's a very loose fit, but I guess it's made that way to easily pick up the bottle. It's another layer of design that adds to the overall experience when going to wear it. Definitely something you don't see too often with fragrances. I'm really liking the design of this bottle more than I thought I would, and aside from the design of the bottle, there isn't too much going on in terms of wording and graphics. I mean, the bottle speaks for itself. On one side, you get the name of the fragrance with Beyoncé's name, and on the other side, there's this circle cut out where you can see the fragrance juice inside the bottle. It's like a little peephole. Again, not entirely sure of the meaning of the circle. And the obvious thing about having a reflective silver fragrance bottle is fingerprints. Right out the box, the bottle was covered in fingerprints within the first few seconds. I was not looking forward to these B-roll shots, to say the least. Now, what I'm sure most of you are waiting for, the scent, the juice. Is it any good? Say Noir is comprised of clementine and sweet golden honey in the top, rose absolute and jasmine sambac in the mid, and a warm resinous base of Namibian myrrh and golden amber. I actually really like this scent as far as celebrity scents go. The scent, it's pretty incredible, a lot better than I expected. While the scent, it's not groundbreaking, but I find the warm, sweet honey incredibly sensual and delicious. That honey is quite prominent from the moment I spray it to the dry down, and when the essence of jasmine is introduced in the background. It gives it that perfect touch of muskiness that I love a lot. It isn't the scent that has this heavy presence of jasmine. It just has that subtle essence of it, and that's from the moment I spray it to the dry down. Honey and jasmine are the two main notes I get from this. Rose is a very noticeable note for me, but I'm not getting it much at all in this scent. Maybe a little powder essence from rose, but definitely isn't noticeable without looking for it. When I spray this on skin, within the first 5 minutes, I do get a subtle hint of a sweet citrus of clementine, but that quickly goes away thanks to the pronounced honey. I will say, I would have loved to have gotten a little more of that rich resin in the base to add something a little extra to the warm depth and the character of the scent. It's still a very good scent overall. I would say this is something that both men and women can pull off, because I surely do. If you're someone that favors warm, sweet scents in general, then I can see you pulling this off as a daily wear. Sweet scents take very good to my skin for some reason. As much as I try to fight against it, nothing performs better or smells better than sweet fragrances on my skin. When I first got this scent, I wore it to my dentist appointment, and as soon as I walked in, the women sitting at the reception desk told me I smelled really good, which is the ultimate compliment that only happens when I wear sweet fragrances. I sprayed it about 2 hours before going, so it's safe to say that the sillage is good depending on how long ago you sprayed it. Speaking of which, the longevity of this scent it's a little weak in my opinion. I get about 5 hours out of it. At the 2 hour mark, it starts to subside, and at the 5 hour mark, the scent is barely detectable, and I'm heavy-handed with fragrance because I want to smell me too. Spraying directly on my clothes, it does last a little longer. If I spray my jacket, the next day, the scent is still detectable. It's very faint, but it's there. It's only a $160 fragrance, so I'm not expecting killing longevity, but those first few hours of Noir, it's the most impactful. This is a great afternoon evening scent that you can wear anywhere for any occasion. Maybe going to a nice evening dinner or up the street to the grocery store, any occasion. Wearing this fragrance makes me want to put on a white silk shirt and invest in the fan that constantly blows on me like the fan that blows Beyoncé's hair.